What's shift? A new heaven and a new earth. It's been prophesied in cultures throughout history, and known by many names. The shift, the event, ascension to 5D, new earth, age of Aquarius, shift of the ages, day of the Lord, and the rapture. It describes the end of a major cycle of time and the transition to a higher state of being for humanity, which will allow humans to exist as a galactic civilization and interact with advanced extraterrestrial races. It's not a literal solar flash, but will be triggered by a pulse of consciousness initiated by Galactic Federation at an unspecified moment. Pleiadians say that it will happen during the lifetimes of the generations alive now. On a higher frequency, the moment has already happened, but we've yet to perceive it in our 3D reality. When it reaches our consciousness, everything will be changed forever. What happens to this earth? One shall be taken, one shall be left behind is the common understanding, and this is basically how it will be. The people who are left behind won't see millions of people die, they'll experience millions of people disappearing in the blink of an eye. There will be panic and fear in the minutes and hours following this. Pleiadians explain that all it will take is the perception of an ascension-type event to engage the higher self in a choice. If they can understand what has happened and find the will to choose that for themselves, they can shift in an instant. Some people will shift within minutes. Others will take time to work it out. All it takes is a realization that there is light that they can call on, whether they define it as God or anything else. Love is still in their heart chakra and can be activated. At the shift, much of the light will be gone and the planet will suffer because it is also a living entity of consciousness. Many plants, trees and nature will die or become sick and withered. There will be discord and fighting. No one will truly be left behind. Pleiadians will continue to assist until every soul has shifted. The dark entities will be the last to be removed, and the story of this earth will be complete. A new 3D Earth without dark forces. When the shift occurs, there will be a huge transmuting of energy and relocation of matter. The Earth and universe we know now will be changed and rearranged, but the history is Akashic and the Earth will be populated again by a new creation of human beings. The new Earth will begin expanding its new universe. When the person left behind realizes that people ascended and that they too want to ascend, they won't die but will instantly be in a density of non-physical, totally awake and aware, and they will be allowed to choose between shifting to Sheen or starting over as these new humans born on the new Earth. There will always be free will, but this time there will be no dark forces manipulating humans in any way. The new 3D Earth will thrive and grow. There will be spiritual leaders. Pleiadians will look on these as their children in a way because they will teach them everything. The ones in Sheen will already know and be perfected. These people will not start from nothing. Pleiadians will bring and teach technology, energy, transportation, self-reliance. They will be taken care of. Many starseeds who ascend will return to the new Earth and teach humans as it was done in ancient times. These humans will advance quickly without being held back. These people will be given records of what happened on this earth now. After many centuries, Sheen Earth will find a way to be in contact with the new Earth people, and they will meet by travel. Why would some choose to start over in 3D instead of ascending? The soul is choosing goals towards growth and experience. There are some who may have chosen darkness before, who will prefer to continue in a lower frequency before joining us in Sheen. Shifting to Sheen, or 5D Earth. For those who shift to Sheen, 5D Earth, it will be like waking from a dream. It will be very obvious when it happens as the crafts fill the sky, and everyone feels an awareness and peace. In an instant, we'll have healthy bodies and expanded consciousness. There will be an understanding about what's happening. Like remembering. It will be excitement, not fear or sadness. Everyone will begin to remember who they are and their past lives on Earth. The event. It will begin with a portal opening over Sedona, Arizona. Crafts will enter above. Triangular quartz crystals, 200 to 300 feet tall, will rise from the ground in many places worldwide. Crafts of all shapes and sizes will decloak and appear out of portals flashing colors. Crafts will begin landing and Pleiadians will meet with ambassadors. There will be public announcements and a meeting where Pleiadians are introduced to the world, followed by other races. Ikai and the family of Taygeta will be the first Pleiadians humans meet. Life in 5D. Humans will be reunited with all those who have departed, and there will be great celebrations. Everyone will be healthy. Over time, starseeds will begin to look closer to their higher self counterparts. Incarnated Arcturians will begin to look more Arcturian, for example. All souls will be known to each other. Friends, family, loves, and enemies will be remembered. Everyone will stay connected, and there's no need to worry about losing anyone. Nothing will be lost. Everything will be gained. The new 5D Earth will be a galactic civilization. With the help of Pleiadians, humans will travel into space and meet many ET races. There will be new schools where our star families will teach advanced knowledge on many subjects. New understandings of crystals will transform society. There will be new art forms and music inspired by ET cultures. There will be detailed disclosure on every topic, and advanced technology which has been withheld, and more to be given by Pleiadians. There will be a new financial system, which will transition us to needing no money at all, as technology will provide for every need. There will be trade, and people can work for more if they want more. Most people will spend their time with hobbies and developing new talents. Humans will continue having families and children, and thrive. Starseeds will finish extended lifetimes in Sheen, and leave the physical body to go home at the time of their choosing. Death won't be necessary. Sheen is what Pleiadians call 5D Earth. Neo, this will be a wonderful and amazing time for all. The soul and true self will finally be able to come forth without resistance. The light that is within each being and form of life will be at the expression that Source intended. All of the lives lived will merge into one if they have not already. The pure desires and intentions for self and another will be the same. The talents and interests that one has will be amplified and enjoyed in a new way. They will seem to be perfected. This will be because no dark forces will be left. There will be a new love for nature and the knowledge that all is sacred and alive. Crystals will be activated and programmed much as we can do now. But these living entities of love will be connected to the person who has them in a new way. They contain energy and information. They will be held in the palm and give and receive information to and from the holder. Much like a computer. They have always been used for galactic travel, and finally all will have access to this. Space travel will become common as all will become accustomed to the new frequencies, multiple strands of DNA, and a normal life of 5D and beyond will be activated for all. There will remain choices for those who wish to expand consciousness at a slower pace. This gives freedom of choice. Freedom is our right as beings. There will be only holistic types of treatments. We will not call them medicines, but they will be considered to be a part of a healthy and whole life. These will be obtained from the beautiful plants and flowers no longer contaminated by the toxins once sprayed. The flowers and vegetables will once again look as they should and contain all we need to sustain. They will be much like Taygeta, where our flowers are the sizes of cantaloupes now. Water will be pure and can be obtained naturally from streams and be safe. Animals will be at peace and walk among all people without either having fear. A new communication and understanding will be, and there will be no desire for humans to eat or kill the creatures again. If one is an artist or creator, their desire will heighten and their work will be magnificent. Music will be enjoyed as never before. Pleiadians brought music to the planet, and we will have celebrations just as we do at home. It is good to think and imagine these things now, as each thought is creating life in the fourth density. This assists in expanding consciousness now and also assists in all things you desire before the shift to Sheen occurs. Sheen is already there. Beings are there waiting in anticipation. In a moment quicker than it is possible to imagine, you will be there. Earth native souls. Akatu, with the soon coming shift of humanity, we speak regarding Earth native souls and magnificent changes in life and their state of being. As starseeds understand, the gathering in Sheen brings souls from their origin and many races throughout the cosmos to a grand celebration. They also understand they will have choices of remaining on the new Earth, returning to their star of origin, or traveling. The light is unlimited, and all souls will gather in love with no constraints. Earth native souls were not created in perfect form with circulating light. As we have shared in other communications, they were quite frail and learned through many dreams that survival and strength were possible. Becoming families with starseeds that left the higher realms for experience and higher consciousness allowed growth and development exponentially. Created by the source of all life, they blended and became knowledgeable as they learned to maneuver through duality. Lives became longer as bodies grew in strength and development. Earth-native souls died in body form but were gathered by Elohim races of the Galactic Federation and given a beautiful haven of light in the non-physical aspect of life. They returned to Earth over and over and chose many lives around the great planet. As the Earth shifts in consciousness and light becomes the absolute for all beings, native souls will also be able to choose their location of being. The connection of many families on Earth that have been native to Earth and joined to starseeds will allow Earth native souls to remain in Sheen or return with souls they have loved for waking dreams to the stars of shared families. Earth native souls will have abilities for the first time that starseeds will return to as familiar life. In Sheen, Earth souls will use telepathy and travel in crafts. All souls will enjoy sharing beautiful gardens with lush plants in great variety for nourishment. Without toxins, bodies will be strong and never experience death as they will circulate light with a crystal heart. All beings will live in harmony as they share their expressions of art, designs, and all creative abilities as they experience oneness and love for all. Learning and technology will continue without end and all will prosper and share all goods. Pets and all animals that have experienced duality will thrive and only know love. Everyone will connect with beloved pets and loved ones who played roles for them in each waking dream. Some reading this might wonder about space and size and how everything and everyone will fit in an area. Beloved ones, you will not be bound by the perception and visualization of Earth as you know it. You will live in true timelessness with unlimited space. If you look in a direction, more will appear. You will fully understand your creative expression. For you carry Source within as the expression of all life. So be at great peace as you understand Earth native souls will join you in light. Many remain on Earth now, and those in havens of light live as powerful souls that are perfect in the essence of God. With power and consciousness, they will join you in perfected bodies at the grand shift. Akatu, Earth native souls in Sheen. Is Jesus coming back? The short answer, yes. The long answer is a bit more complicated. Yeshua was a human being, who was an incarnated Pleiadian Elohim soul, on a mission to teach humans of their personal divinity and oneness with God. When he returns, it won't be as the human man he was. Words were spoken in ancient times in ways that people could hear them. In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, would I have told you that I go to prepare a place for you? He was talking about Sheen. Jesus will return as his higher self, the Pleiadian, Sananda. He will not be worshipped but welcomed as a brother, along with many other ascended masters. What does biblical scripture say about ascension? Ascension is a primary theme in the message of Jesus, and a fundamental part of Christianity. 2 men shall be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Luke 17 verse 36. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds, to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. 1 Thessalonians 4 verse 17. For now we see only a reflection as in a mirror, then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 12. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. 1 Corinthians 15 verse 52. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Matthew 24 verse 31. Signs the shift is near. The Son of Man. Son of Man means like a human, and refers to the Pleiadians who incarnate as human. Prophecies about the Son of Man returning in the clouds in the last days refer to Pleiadians returning in crafts. Luke 21 verse 27. At that time they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. When these things begin to take place, stand up and lift up your heads, because your redemption is drawing near. Matthew 24 verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Matthew 24 verse 36. But about that day or hour no one knows, not even the angels in heaven nor the Son, but only the Father. As it was in the days of Noah, so it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. Luke 12 verse 40. Be you therefore ready also, for the Son of Man comes at an hour when you think not. 1 Corinthians 15 verse 52. For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Revelation 1 verse 12. I turned around to see the voice that was speaking to me. And when I turned I saw 7 golden lampstands, and among the lampstands was someone like a son of man, dressed in a robe reaching down to his feet and with a golden sash around his chest. The hair on his head was white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were like blazing fire. His feet were like bronze glowing in a furnace, and his voice was like the sound of rushing waters. In his right hand he held 7 stars, and coming out of his mouth was a sharp, double-edged sword. His face was like the sun shining in all its brilliance. Nature is your clue to the event. Neo, I want you to notice the animals. Animals will escape from zoos. Birds will migrate at the wrong times. Many animals from regions never seen will appear in droves. They are all hearing the frequencies of the crafts. There will be more earthquakes, tsunamis, droughts, floods, and as you know well, photos of crafts. We want to be seen. Our friends also wish to be seen. Indigenous prophecy. Hopi prophecy. The Hopi prophecy about revealing a blue star Kachina, the return of the true white brother and the beginning of the fifth world is a match to the prophecy in Revelation about the Son of Man with 7 stars returning before the rapture. The Hopi believe their ancestors came from the Pleiades, the place, or people they call Chuhukon, or those who cling together. Early Dakota legends speak of the Pleiades, or Taiyami, as the abode of the ancestors. Many of them also having stories about being taken home to other planets on the day of purification.